moved to Metro FM. There I was on Metro FM, right here at FM. And this time I was like, my record is so clean. I've never messed up any link and called Radio 2000 any of the previous names. And I just did.
You just did.
Massive Metro.
I said massive and then I said sorry, yes.
That was the previous.
Yeah, on air line, yeah. But you know what is exciting is that we've got a youngster who is a mover and a shaker. She is incredible. She's a Forbes 30 under 30. She is making global waves. She's selling out shows even before the shows happen. And she's in studio with us this morning.
They say Dynamite's come in small packages and she's just one of those people, right?
Sure, I don't have my heels today.
Tiny and dynamic at the same time. In every area of her life.
Yeah.
In every area of her life.
I accept.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Ofentse Pitse. Ofentse, welcome to Radio 2000.
Hello, Radio 2000.
How was it difficult? Was it difficult waking up in the morning?
It was, but I'm a morning person, so this is the best time to catch me. If it was like 6 p.m., it's going to be downhill, but yeah.
What's your typical morning like?
So typical morning, my alarm goes off at like 5, and I have to snooze for 8 minutes.
That's 8. I think I snooze for 20.
I have to snooze it once for 8 minutes, and then after that, I have to psych myself up to do some workout, whatever, because this body's the extension of the basin, right?
Yeah.
And then come back, eat, and then I start my day.
For those who don't know you, who's Ofentse Pitse?
Ofentse Pitse, I would say girl from Mabopane who was raised by a very strong single parent who believed in allowing her child to be limitless. So I always colored beyond the lines from a kid. And because of that, I have always found myself in spaces that allowed me to be grand and to express myself artistically, not just in music, but in all things art, really. So I would say in a nutshell, that is who Ofentse is.
And then music? When did the music bug then bite you?
I think it bit me before I could even spell music. So
Okay.
my mom would always take me to the kitchen party, if you know what that is. It's the old school version of chillers, where grown women would come dressed in the nines and then they would just bring the salad,
Yes.
table charming stuff. And then it would be nice, and then they'll be playing the Spinners, the Fighting Temptations, the Commodores, Sister Shirley, and all these old school music. So as a kid, you sponge that, right?
Yeah.
And then I just grew up knowing that in these songs, I would hear some orchestral elements, especially Quincy Jones influenced a lot of these orchestrations, right? And then growing up in the Salvation Army, my family was always there, so I had to pick something to do during their meetings. And then, lucky for me, the pastor at the time was like, listen, whoever wants to learn how to play an instrument must come on Tuesday. I went on Tuesday, learned how to play the C scale. The rest is history.
What instruments can you play?
I can play the cornet, I can play the trumpet, I can play the E-flat horn, I can play the flugelhorn, I can play the piano, and yes.
Oh, I wish I could play the... I find the piano so romantic.
It's such a res.
It's so romantic.
I guess that's why she's collaborating with the king of Amapiano. You guys and Kabza the Small have just sold out an event that hasn't happened yet.
Correct.
How did the connection between you and Kabza the Small happen?
The connection happened with his music, I would say, right? So before we even met, I connected with some of his music, right? So not all of it, but I heard some stuff. I mean, you hear on radio and you're like, oh, okay, who's that? And then a consistent name comes up. So when this project came about, it was a great pairing because when you look at his music, most of his music combines instruments with vocals, right? So that's an opera when you look at it, right? That literally is an opera. So
But I would have never immediately made that connection.
Yes.
You see someone like you, right? And I'm not, people will castrate me for this, but like you see a sophisticated conductor, right?
Yeah.
Pairing up with a Mapiano icon.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it is something that you'd immediately think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a juxtaposition really when you look at it, right?
Yes.
And I think it was a beautiful juxtaposition because I get excited about such projects that also stretch me creatively.
Yes,
because,
right?
I mean, I'm working with a BPM at 112 to 113. 4/4 the whole time. So you have to figure out how to make that creative, so to look beyond the lines of just a piano song. So it's been quite interesting in terms of
I can't wait to hear the project.
Magical.
I cannot wait. I mean, you used to being stretched and doing things that are outside of your limits. I mean, Alicia Keys loves you. She handpicked you to be part of a Netflix production.
Correct.
Tell us about that.
I mean, the ushering of this Black Queen Charlotte, had to be done in this elaborate way, right? So Netflix Global approached me and they were like, listen, we are doing this project with a megastar. So it was very NDA before, and I was like, okay. And they were like, are you available in April to come to London? I was like, yeah, sure, London. I was like, London. And then like 2 weeks before we actually had to leave, they were like, okay, it's Alicia Keys. And then we had to jump on a Zoom, and then I just heard her voice, like her camera was off, and then she was like, hey, this is Alicia. And I was just like,
but she handpicked you. Knowing that she handpicked you for that project, how did that make you feel?
First of all, Alicia is a classically trained musician.
Yes.
So that was merit.
Yes.
First and foremost.
Yes.
So it made me feel like, sure, all of this hard work is really paying off for Alicia Keys to be like, I want the most stressful of the conductors that we could pick, the furthest. All right. Yeah. And also, she just felt like I was dynamic. It was a feeling thing. She was like, I just feel there's something about you.
I love it.
So that's how the project happened.
I love it so much.
Yeah. Oh, no, that is so fantastic. I love the JPO. I follow the JPO quite a lot.
Okay.
Linda Auditorium. I go there.
You go there?
Yeah,
nice.
big time. Which orchestras have you actually conducted and played in?
So the orchestras that I've worked with have been a combination of all of these orchestras that you have seen. So orchestras like Johannesburg Philharmonic Orchestra, right? So I use some of their musicians in my ensembles. I've also worked with the Johannesburg Big Band, some of the musicians as well. So I actually combine. So based on what experience I'm curating, I handpick which musicians to put together. So it's always like a juxtaposition or a combination of who can we get for this.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting though that she's a musician and yet you've got a degree in architecture. Yes. That's another story for another.
So you're not pursuing architecture at all?
I do architect part-time, but your architecture is so demanding as well, right? But even with that, I look at music architecturally, so it never has left me.
I feel like everything about you is challenging. It's like, wake up at 5 and bring it on, carpe diem.
Yes.
When you're a girl father like I am, when I look at young girls like yourself and the amazing things that you're doing, I can't help but just be so proud.
Even a girl mom.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes.
You know, we're so proud of you, and thank you so much for choosing to spend your morning with us.
Appreciate it.
Her name is Ofentse Pitse. If you didn't know her, just Google her right now. Go check out some of her resume. Her work is incredible. When we come back from the break, we are getting into our small business plug, where we get to plug your business to generate more sales or to generate more awareness as far as
Are you renting an apartment and planning to move out soon? Don't lose your deposit because of the nails on the wall, mold in the bathroom ceiling, or damaged paint. Dineo Construct Build to the rescue. Call us on 072 047 0471 a month before you move out so we can come and repay. We specialize in residential and commercial, small or big constructions. Google Dineo Construct Build or call 072 047 0471. Planning to build a house, change your roof, renovate your house, or want to renovate your driveway? Google Dineo Construct Build or call 072 047 0471. Kaleva by Calvin Lumo. Delivering high quality, cost-effective projects on schedule.
Majorly came in and he was like, no, I'm busy with her. And they had to wait until I was satisfied with what he
Nathi and Lelo on the Big Breakfast Show. Monday to Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. Radio 2000.
Yes, I don't know if it's because we're from the same hood or because we are both high-level creatives.
Okay.
It just gelled organically from a spiritual lens. Like, I didn't even have to have my phone to be like, oh, no, I'm not that type of person. So that's why we were able to really curate the best. This is 17 songs that people are not even expecting. But some of their favorites are there.
Would you do it again?
Definitely.
Who would you do it with?
Him. Him.
I love it!
I can't imagine this genre. I can't imagine with anyone else.
Had you ever imagined, I mean, coming from your classically trained background,
it's too healthy though.
would you have ever imagined that you'd jump on a project like this?
Because of how my mind works, yeah. Because
You're not boxed, like there's no, you're not like a set.
you should hear how we approach the orchestrations, right? There's some themes and motifs that sound like Mozart, Beethoven, and this is in Mama Piano. Even how we wrote the scores. it's
And I
in
think they
Italian
complement each
dynamics.
other.
Yes.
So
If there
imagine
wasn't
Italian and
one on top
Piano.
sort of the other,
Like,
they
who
wouldn't
would've
have achieved what they've achieved. They
That's
kept
what I'm saying. It's just,
and
I
also
would have never thought
Djokovic
such a
rose
pairing
to the
could.
occasion.
I cannot wait to hear the project.
My man,
Today we are meeting for the first orchestra. I mean, there's a choir as well.
The one that's really for
Orchestra
me,
choir
that broke my heart,
and
is
Kabza
for
there
Nathi
as well.
Ndamase.
So we're having our
pregnant.
first rehearsal today.
So when
And
the
she
project
was on the
8th and 9th of June. But I'm not sure when they're gonna do the.
Kel, you want to be part of this? You want to see it?
No, the thing is, you have to be like. I'm not even putting my own horn. This is the best thing I've immersed myself in. I don't. I'm approaching this like my Coachella. This is our Coachella actually. That's what we said. We like, okay, we have to do Coachella.
Guys, we need to negotiate something. We need to do an album. There needs to be like a concert.
Blank check. Just give us a blank check.
Let's work on a blank check. We need a blank check.
yo,
Let me present for a musicians are talented.
They are.
Sometimes just about.
And understanding that even in classical music, sound came from Africa. People don't understand that. Sound came from here. So as soon as we embrace that, I think we would be more in a more in a place or position where we own it. Like I own this. Like I arrive as though I know what time it is all the time.
I know you are. I've been waiting for the 30 minutes.
I accept.
Are you guys ready?
What are we doing?
Oh, you're coming back. I'm gonna do the voice notes of head to head. Oh no, we're not done. We're not done.
Please remember the clips. Please remember the clip. Head-to-head clip. Please remember the.
Oh yeah, I've got it.
What
I don't feel like it's a night.
I thought you were getting water or something.
Good morning, team.
Somebody was calling me. Whisper for us.
Put on your headphones, we're not done yet. Head to head is where we get to compete with one another. So we've got two teams here. The one team chooses the other song and the other team chooses the other song. Today's theme is artists that will be performing at Sunbet Arena on the, I think it's the 29th, right?
Yeah, it's the 20th. Let me just confirm for you,
to be
my
sure.
darling.
At the Soul
29th of June at the Sunbet Arena, Times Square in Manly, Maine.
Yeah,
The
so-
Makanze Holdings, a Radio 2000 production.
So we've got Jazil Brothers, Ngek and Pinde going up against Nathi Ndamase. So I wanted to know, which song do you think is better than the other?
Maybe if you played her the montage.
Okay, let me do this.
Vote, 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 vote now, vote early. Let's make this song win.
Aish! Le abantu abazo music le. Hayi abantu abajabulela noma yini edumile nje. Abantu abafana njengo Ofentse, abantu abazo music.
Wow.
Orchestra and Ofentse.
Tight spot, ew.
Yeah.
You'll get tight spot because it's just like the one is quite a romantic ballad, right?
Yes.
Rooted in the lyrics, right, and the
Yes, girl.
messaging. And the second one, it's more expressive, right, and more lively, like expressive and lively, right. And then, but it's talking about a guy who sings that he's not gonna do it again.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay, while you're thinking about it, let's hear what our Radio 2000 listeners are saying. Oh, la. Right now we're going straight to Mpumalanga. So Jeffrey, how you doing, bro?
Say that they heard but most of the time, if I'm playing my trumpet, I will mute it. I'm rehearsing, right? And then I'll try to say in piano.
Like, who's the face but
Try
for the
to play
lips?
as soft as possible. So that's not too creative. Because they never do a whole sometimes, right? But if I want to, I just go. What's like a little backhand? I'm next door.
Good morning, service 1019, heading in from Dunkeld Road from the Clermont, New Germany area this morning. We understand it's a stationary bus near Mount Batten Drive at Reservoir Hills, which is causing that big backlog. M13 Fields Hill looking heavy as well. Queuing up from the golf course down through Kloof and downhill issues there around the Richmond Road junction.
The thing about it is that
over the hill seems to be the problem. Trons or run your Bremer Street down through the Dustmore Tunnel going south in Pretoria. That stays heavy. A lot of traffic lights out there. And the crash and faulty traffic lights causing big delays along Vidcoppen Road from North Riding through to Douglas Drive. A couple of lights out.
And the thing, because I was not on it every day.
Cape Town, no lights. Marine Drive at Boundary Road. That's a good beach. That's heavy. Marine Drive coming through Milnerton and badly backed up. And there's no lights on the Racecourse Road, M5 Bridge in Kenilworth. So coming through from Athlone and Rotherwash East area towards Kenilworth on the Racecourse.
Even when they go on holiday, when they get to wherever they going to be staying over, before they go out, they must practice for like an hour. And then after that, they can
Nathi and Lelo on the big
But that's what parents say. Because most parents are bad. Like, it's like you allow whatever to do. That's what you want.
memories.
My problem is that it's not.
It doesn't go down.
What must I do?
No, go shoot the desk. There's something wrong with the setting.
Oh, no, it doesn't go down. I don't know.
So, I was able to flourish because my mom was constantly pushing and supporting what I do. So, rehearsals, I need this, she would facilitate that. Christmas caroling, because Salvation Army does a lot of that. So, each and every day I would carol exactly, if not be, whatever, she would make sure that she drops me off, she fetches me. So, that type of support allowed me to be anything and everything I want to be.
Ah, that's fantastic. Another lady plays in the JPO. I don't know her personally, but remember like when I was in the classic she plays a double bass. She's light skinned.
Oh, yes, she's shortish. She's on the promo video actually.
Really?
Yeah, the promo video for this event. She's there playing Le Zambezi.
Okay.
Zambani. He also plays double bass with Danukolo. You know Danukolo? The guy with the dreads.
I've seen it.
Yeah, he Danukolo. Yeah, so I use a lot of the musicians. Even today, I have a harpist from JPO, my concert master from JPO. A lot of my strings are from JPO. Oboe, JPO. My flute is Kanye Tetwa. My flute is Kanye Tetwa. She's the principal flautist for JPO as well. Then there's Bass Roberts. Trombone. The guy who plays trombone. So when he plays for JPO, he plays his gold trombone. But when he does like Homa Jazz or pop, he brings his red one.
Oh.
Yeah, he's that guy with the... He's Kudi Roberts' ex-husband.
Really?
Yes, that's Roberts.
I always say that people who play the trombone don't care about being famous because it's not a sexy instrument.
Oh, but he's badass.
Yeah.
Yes, yo. I literally gave him a solo on one of the songs. I mean, there's a lot of solos on the repertoire, right? But he has like 16 bars.
So you can play the voice notes from my number regarding your
and then,
the story.
You know
that
Adam
you
Howard?
Told, right?
A lot of the musicians. Yeah, siyabukela amagama swazi phela baningi labantu, you know.
My vision is to, or if I can have, it's just that it's an expensive thing.
It is quite an expensive.
To have my own orchestra where we meet. Like when I came down Philharmonic,
yeah.
They have the luxury. Oh, okay.
Morning, big breakfast.
It's very wrong.
Not only cheating, even just on your wife as well. Then we had all sorts of different opinions and stories from our listeners.
No. We were talking about how much money do you give to your side. We were specifically talking about that.
Anyway,
how expensive cheating is. Yes, not how much money you give to your wife. Wives were not part of it.
All right, that's fine. So anyway, Ofentse.
Yes.
One person sent in a voice note and they chose to be anonymous. And then they said they get 12 grand from the other boyfriend and they get 10 grand from the other boyfriend. And while they're also working or hustling. And then we got another voice note later. It so happened, supposedly that was the boyfriend. We were not sure, we didn't know. Anonymous. I could hear that voice. Oh, okay. So she's getting money from people. Okay, that's fine. So what happens, and then the show ends, 9 o'clock. I go about my day. Towards the end of yesterday, my last meeting was at 6 o'clock, early evening, in the other side of Johannesburg, at Cradlestone Mall, right? And there I was. Man, there's just this guy who keeps on looking. I'm like, I'm used to being looked at. So anyway.
Yeah, look at you.
But I mean, it's a fact.
I'm used to being looked at.
It's not in a bad way. Come on. I mean, come on. How long
We never said it. Did I say it in a bad way? Did I say that?
Guys, I've been famous for so long. Come on.
Oh, Nana.
Okay, I'm not famous. Man. Oh, maybe I don't know. Maybe they were looking at my hair.
Maybe they were looking at your hair.
Maybe, you know. Anyway, but I'm used to being looked at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter whatever they're looking at. Okay. Anyway, so Nathi, I'll take crime, you know. And then one approacher, this guy, comes to me with I'm a simple person. I don't go around with bodyguards. I don't have any enemies. I don't have any money. I don't bother anyone, you know. So I'm not scared. I'm like, why am I? This guy is looking at me like wants to beat me up. Comes to me, yeah, shapunjan. Yeah, fade, yeah. You know, that type of language. But professional guy. Looks decent, looks smart. You can see he's like from work, something like that. So I also thought he had a meeting over there. And then he's like, just for a moment. And then I give him some time. I go there and I speak to him. And then he says to me, Media kai phone it's showing you how. He didn't say he sent a voice note. He said, Media kai phone it's showing you how. And lo, nali encourage the medita or the cheat. That's what this guy says. I'm like, no. You don't listen to our show. I don't remember us encouraging anyone to cheat. At all, you don't. Okay, let me tell you. This morning, my girlfriend called in on your show, and then she said she gets 20-something thousand split in between from the other guy and the other guy. And I'm like, that's none of our business. I mean, that's content for us, and we share out there at Smooth. Be careful on some of the things that you guys speak about on the air, because that was my girlfriend and we ended our relationship lunchtime today. So I don't know whether he was telling the truth or he was lying.
But why is this our fault though?
Exactly, that's what I asked him.
Because we had a conversation we were having. We didn't bait her in any way. She decided to call in and share her story.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There was no encouragement.
And also, you should actually be very happy that we exposed this.
You should be glad he found out.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are living in a lie. This lady had multiple relationships, multiple streams of income. You needed to know. Say thank you. You're welcome.
So let's be careful of what we speak about on air, because we'll bump into people in these streets. But I mean, I consoled the guy. We ended up exchanging numbers, and he did tell me that it broke his heart hearing his girl on the radio. He knows her voice. He's definitely sure it's her, and he dumped her yesterday. But I told him, hey, man, don't be too hard on your girl. Maybe you guys can resolve things. It's like, no, it's over. That's the story.
Maybe if he gave her more money. It's a Red Bull project, and this will not be an album that they're releasing. It will be on YouTube.
Oh, a limited project.
So it needs to be mentioned that where people could possibly.
Yeah, we can't say it's on YouTube yet because Giddy surprise. But it's a surprise rollout.
Oh, Giddy surprise.
So maybe just tell us that it will be on a different platform.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully it will be on a different platform. So that
because some people are going to be anticipating like an album between the two of you guys.
Yeah. So we can say that hopefully it will exist on online somehow, or it will be showcased live.
But obviously your socials.
Definitely.
I'll send reactions after the ad break.
Be able to update us as to how we can access that project.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've left it in the air. We've just said you worked with Kabza, and then what?
It's an international asset. Yeah, and true. Like they did it with
He opened opened up his Ibiza residency this past weekend in Spain. That is my brother Black Coffee, teaming up with Alicia Keys here in Common. It's 9 minutes before 8 o'clock. Some of you guys who travel the world or who have been to Coffee's shows overseas, you do know how mesmerizing he is on all of those different platforms. I don't know if you guys are planning to go to Europe and go to Spain and go support Coffee on this season, but yeah, we might just find ourselves over there. We're gonna take a break and come back and have more chats with Ofentse.
Get ready. Americans is a slippery slope. These old school guys. Some of them have lost their voices and they don't want to tell us.
Yeah, true.
It's a slippery slope.
But the OGs are still doing it.
Some of them. Oh, the OJs.
Yes.
The OGs.
Just can't understand.
I know that Mariah Carey has totally lost her voice.
Really?
No, she has not.
No, she has
not. She still does her Christmas shows and she sounds amazing. No, she has not done this.
She has a Christmas song.
Did you guys see her when she performed in New York? She let the listeners, the audience sing the song. She was not singing.
Mariah Carey is still giving us a Christmas message like a bar. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, but it's pre-recorded.
Like she's giving us Christmas
they recorded it 10 years ago.
It's like Brenda Fassie.
Go on. What are we listening to?
Go on. Her name is Ofentse Pitse. At the tender age of 22, she started a youth choir in Katlehong, handpicking classically trained young people. Discovering that there was no all-black classical orchestra in the world, she grew the choir into an orchestra. Boosted by established classical musicians, the ensemble grew from 8 to about 19 to a 40-piece symphony orchestra. And then in 2019, she contacted Thami Zungu, head of music at Tshwane University of Technology, and Gerben Groten, the conductor of the University of Pretoria Philharmonic, who each provided her with mentoring in conducting. In 2021, Anchored Sound, consisting of a 45-piece orchestra and a 30-member choir, and had tackled music from Sibelius and Vivaldi and Dvorak. Ay, Chesa, Dvorak. Dvorak. Ay, Chesa. Not Mkharimbe. Shout out to my brother Mkharimbe, but not Mkharimbe. Dvorak. Chesa.
So you had two of the country's leading conductors grooming you and mentoring you, right? How important is mentorship for young people? Is it necessary?
It is necessary because the mentors that I got sort of like molded me into the conductor that I wanted to be, right? Had I gone the institutional route of just being in a classroom full of other musicians, I would have just followed the norm, right? I probably would have had ambitions of conducting in Europe and doing the common thing that conductors do. But because they molded me into the African visionary that I've always been, it helped me be where I'm at. So that's why I'm limitless and I do all these juxtapositions of genres with my music.
I love it so much. And you're a global artist.
I accept.
With a global fruit. Well, you are, girl.
She's very humble.
Yeah, you are, girl. So tell us about your orchestra. Tell us about it.
So, I mean, I started Anchored Sound as a youth choir, right? And when I turned 25, I just had this grand idea. I was like, what am I going to do for my birthday? And am I going to go Sofeng or Gominating, Makubenjalo? You know what I mean? I was like, nah, I want to do something that gives back, like something that's going to last beyond just going to a party.
Yeah.
And then I brought these musicians, these classically trained singers together on a Saturday. And I was like, guys, let's just jam, kukiriking, and then see where this goes. Right, and then while jamming at church, I was like, shucks, these are some dynamic voices, and I had this grand idea to brand it right into something bigger than that. And then I started DMing businesswomen online to be like, listen, you have a foundation, an organization, this is what I'm doing with music, please just guide me, let me know what I can do. And a few of them did not respond, but then when I got that response, it really set me up, and then it evolved. So Anchored Sound, the choir evolved into the orchestra. I was just like, Majida, just come with your instruments on Saturday, right? And then before I knew it, there were 19 guys taking out their instruments, and I was just like, shucks, this needs a conductor. So when you go beyond 8, like when you go beyond 8 and 12, it's no longer a chamber. So you need a conductor, right? And I was like, okay, I need someone to teach me how to conduct. And I started DMing conductors on Facebook, and it was Gerben Groten and Thami Zungu who were like, okay, let's meet on
But you were
Saturday.
musician before.
Yeah.
And had to transition into conducting.
Now conducting is a different science. That's why not everyone is a conductor. It's a different science. So Tammy Zungu, both educators, right? They are both part of the scholarly school of music. So they were like, okay, let's meet. And for them to stress themselves beyond just wanting to teach me what they teach their other students was like very interesting and humbling from a mentoring point of view, because they believed in me first and foremost beyond anything else. Yeah.
When is your next performance? Maybe I might rock up there to come and play the cymbals.
Okay, first, do you have a tuxedo?
I do, definitely. Me, of course I do. I've got two.
Because Majida just want to rock up in a shirt and jeans.
No.
Like a sonic experience where there's an orchestra. So, I mean, so far, there's only, the Red Bull Symphonic that's happening on the 8th and 9th of June at the Lelo Theatre. And then beyond that, I don't really have things set in stone. But you can definitely check me out on social media platforms. On all of them. LinkedIn, I'm there to see what I announce. But yeah, so definitely keen to still take this.
What are your handles?
Ofentse Pitse. Ofentse Pitse.
Ofentse Pitse.
So you pronounce it Pitse, not Pitse.
Yeah, Pitse.
But with an E at the end, right?
Yes,
Or
yes,
Pitse.
Yes.
But it's Pitse.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
From what I've heard, Pitse with an I, it's a horse, and
yes.
an E is zebra. Yeah, so I need to go to Botswana.
So which one are you?
A zebra.
That's Zulu.
Yeah. So everybody wants to know this project. We spoke about, Skubu asked you about a project that you're doing with Kabza, and we were all blown away by it.
It's already
Just
sold out.
imagining what it will sound like, because we haven't heard it.
It's gonna be a beautiful
How
show.
do we access it? First of all, what should we expect, and how will we be able to access it?
So Red Bull Symphonic presents Kabza the Small and Ofentse Pitse and the Symphonic Orchestra. It's a juxtaposition of two worlds. So the expectation is, it's like you can't even have an expectation, but all I can tell you is that we're creating a piano opera.
Wow.
Like literally it's a piano opera, so you can imagine all these vocalists that you
No,
heard
I can't imagine. That's
being
the thing.
backed up by these classically trained
Hey.
choir members, and this 33-piece orchestra that also incorporates African instruments. So you're going to hear the kora, the marimba, and all of these things. So it's not your conventional orchestra, right? So we're ushering in a very spiritual experience for the audience. So that's what people can expect. And I mean, the project is an export from Red Bull, right? They did one with Rick Ross a few years ago, and then recently they did one with Metro Booming. So you can imagine Metro Booming, Metro with an orchestra.
Metro Booming, who did this song, this one. BBL trees.
Oh, my goodness, there's merchandise. I saw on TikTok there's merchandise that was stitching Drake, ne? Like with his BBL. And people were like, yo, even they dissing him with merchandise.
That's the name of the song, BBL trees.
Wow.
They were dissing him with merchandise. Yes, this Metro Booming.
Can't wait for that.
So proud of you.
So it won't be out we won't get it on CD. Or, well, we don't have CDs and we're doing.
Which era are you from?
See, you think that I'm not Kanga.
From which era are you from?
She's sassing us.
That's why.
So it won't be on what, streaming platforms?
No, I hope it'll. I don't know, right?
We don't know.
We sold out. We sold out, right? So I'm hoping that it can live somewhere else, because I feel like everyone should be able to experience this more than like beyond just the 2 days that we have. So I hope it will exist somewhere else.
Well, Ofentse Pitse, we are so proud of you, and thank you so much for visiting us. Your last words to all the young girls out there and to South Africa.
Oof. My departing words. I always go to the parents, and I'm just like, it's so important for parents to encourage their kids to make noise, right, with their instruments and stuff, and to not expect their kids to be the next lawyer, kapaengi, and I'm all about parents really nurturing kids from early on, because I believe that because of my mom's nurturing, I'm where I'm at today.
And
so
she's here,
parents, right? Oh, that's my lovely manager.
Oh, that's your manager.
She gets it a lot, though.
Okay.
That's Mampucha.
And also Tato is here. Shout out
yes,
to Tato.
Mamngani. So you see, Mamnganis and mothers and stuff. So it's important for that encouragement for parents to really encourage their kids to make noise and exist with their instruments, because you never know, that may be someone who's playing in my orchestra tomorrow.
Thank you. Proud of you and all the best.
Thank you so much.
See you at the top.